is 6 a.m. and the music is already on. 6 a.m. is not early for noise because we are in Vietnam. So in today's video, it's going to be interesting. We are up early because in Vietnam, I am just shifting my schedule to be like the Vietnamese schedule. I'm going to get up early. I'm going to go to the beach to exercise, and then I guess you go to bed early. It also means you eat healthy because Vietnamese food is so healthy, so many greens along the coast, so much great seafood, so much just quality food. You know, when we are traveling around Asia, I'm always thinking, where could I spend more time? Eventually I won't be traveling, moving every week or so. And so I think, where could I put a base down? Vietnam is definitely it. It has just a great energy, great people, great vibe. It also has good internet and good food, which ticks off a lot of boxes for someone like me. Quality of living here is so high. Looks like we're at the markets. Look at all of this fresh produce. This is what it looks like. People are already up early buying some pork there. And this guy here picking up so much. Oh, this fruit, I can't wait. They've got sweet sauce, mango. Look at all of this fish. At night, you can see all of the fishermen out and the lights and all of these fresh greens. This is the busiest. Look at all of these fresh greens and tell me you don't want Vietnamese food. All right, let's get to the beach. Now, as I said, the last time we were here was probably late May, early June. The weather was beautiful in Nha Trang. I think one of the most popular reasons to come here is that it has such great weather all year round. But when we were in Cam Lan yesterday, they told us that this was the season to have really windy weather. So it's starting to get a little bit windy. So we will see. The nice thing about this region is that there are lots of little bays. So even if the beach right now is a little bit windy, that doesn't mean we can't find somewhere to go to the beach. Oh, we're at one of the most beautiful ends of the beach. You can see the mountains over there. This is also probably the most touristy end of the beach, but you know what? It's because it's so beautiful. And then here, I believe this might be Town Hall. The sand here is pretty good. Not the softest, and it's a bit of a darker brown, but it's still quite nice. I think what actually draws me to the beach here in Nha Trang is that locals are out on it. So the last time we were here, we went for sunset, and tons of kids and their families were out here. It was just really nice. Like, I'm not a foreigner hater, but I don't need to come to Vietnam to hang out with like other foreigners at the beach. Some people really like that. In my 20s, I loved that. In my 40s, not so much. But this, we're coming up to the best part. This is just a really beautiful boardwalk that you can walk on. And it has a little outdoor gym, which I love. A lot of times you go to countries that have this outdoor gym. A lot of times you see places that have this outdoor gym and no one uses it. Vietnamese are up early exercising. So you can see lots of people here stretching, doing lots of different things. When I was in Saigon, I went to one of the local parks and I joined like an aerobics class. I think it cost me $1. At first they didn't want to take the money, but I was like, no, take my money. I love it. I love how healthy they are here. This is just so lovely. I love that the city, which is so focused on tourism, also created this whole area for locals as well, not just tourists. It's somewhere you see locals first thing in the morning exercising, and then also at the end of the night. It's just really lovely. And you know what? I have worked up an appetite. It is time to go try some local food from Nha Trang.
Want all my Vietnam travel tips, including those that didn't make it into the video? Scan the QR code or click on the link in the description for my Vietnam travel guide.
So as expected, I knew I would have to eat this dish early around the market because life starts early in the market. And as it was getting closer to 8 o'clock, I thought most of the spots would not be open, and they weren't. But I did find a spot 15-minute walk away. It was very busy when I came in, and everyone is watching me speak to the camera. There's a woman sitting across from me who is very nice. She actually shared her table with me. This is bún cá sure. We have thin rice vermicelli noodles in here, some local fish, and then these little pieces of jellyfish, which I want to get for you first. Now, this is not my first time having jellyfish noodle. I had it actually the last time I was here, but having this soup with jellyfish and fish is very typical to Nha Trang. They're just like chewy, very light in flavor, and then this looks amazing fish. All I put in here in this fish broth was a little bit of lime, but you can also get, they've got fish paste here, they have some sweet chili and then regular chili, because it is a fish broth, but it was so light, I just put a tiny little bit in, and I have to say, it just took it up a notch. The fish paste is a little bit funky, it might be fermented, and then just a little bit salty, and then just try a little bit of the chili because you don't want it to be too hot first thing in the morning. And this is so good. That ended up being an amazing experience. I was really feeling shy when I first got in. A lot of people think that YouTubers are just like, we can shoot anywhere, but in small spaces, in local spaces, you can get really nervous about it. Now, I will say this, and I should have remembered this, is when you are, hello, hi. Oh, more friendly people here. What I should have remembered is actually when you are respectful of culture, when you're trying to learn how to pronounce things properly, people are really nice. I think when you make the effort, they are really, really friendly. And so I feel like I was being very shy. I was trying to be respectful because people were eating breakfast, but I think also I didn't need to be that shy. Anyway, I ended up having a really great experience. The woman sitting next to me, she actually asked me, Shua, how to pronounce it in English. She knew a little bit of English, and so I told her it was jellyfish. Anyway, it was just, small little things like this were actually really, really nice. So overall, great start to the day. I'm just feeling, I love days like this where you don't do anything really eventful, but it still just warms your heart that people are so nice to you when you're by yourself. I'm going to head back and get Alan, and we're gonna kick off the rest of the day. But so far, Nha Trang lives up to my memories. All right, just picked up Alan and my helmet. We are traveling with our own full face helmets because traffic here is no joke. The last time we were here, we had some run-ins in traffic, mostly with cars and trucks. So this time we are taking all of the precautions, thanks to Style Motorbikes in Saigon, who sold us these. They are used, but they're really good and so comfortable. And here comes Alan. All right, we made it. And you know what? It's Saturday afternoon, and I thought it was gonna be super busy, but it's not, at least from the outside. Maybe locals will come early in the morning, but we're gonna go check it out. There are a number of packages that you can get here. I got mine off of Klook, and so it gave us a little bit of a discount. It's basically mud baths and then hot mineral. You can do it with huge groups. I paid a little bit extra so we could do it on our own. I think it was 333,000. They have a jacuzzi, and then actually if you want to go very high end, you can do this, which I believe is the Nui, which that's where you get your own. But that is 1 million, and we were okay just to go with a private one for the two of us. And if you're traveling with kiddos, it looks like they must be that high, which to be honest, guys, oh my goodness. This is how short I am. I'm just tall enough. I'm just tall enough to go in here. This must be like 4'10". I'm only 5 feet tall. Would that not be embarrassing if I couldn't get in? But I have to say, Asians are short. So if you are that tall and you're a kid, like you're an adult. Wow. This is not at all what I thought it would look like. It's like this little paradise. It's so green. They told us to go down to 9, which is our private mud bath. But wow, look at this. It's so pretty. To be honest, I thought it would be really rustic. I didn't see any photos or anything. I just heard that this was one of the most popular things to do here. But this is a lot of landscaping, a lot of beautiful flowers. I hear a lot of children crying, but they are supposed to be tall enough to enter. All right, so here's the deal. They give you a bathing suit if you want it. We did not. They also give you towels and water, and they give you access to lockers if you have valuables. But I have noticed that most people are just carrying their backpack, and so that's what we're gonna do. Except for Alan's sneakers because he didn't want to get them muddy. It's literally a mud bath. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but this is literally a mud bath. And I understand why you have to be so big because it's very, very warm. And all of the mud is coming out after we got in. What do you think?
So it's a real mud water.
It is mud water, and I don't know where they get it.
Milk coffee.
It's like milk coffee here. All right, here we are. We are sitting in a vat of mud. I had asked you if you had ever done, you've done hot springs, but you had never done a mud bath.
No.
I don't know what, I think it gets rid of the impurities, and then you go in the hot spring and you wash it off.
So let's the picture or video talk about that. What do you think?
Okay.
You can give the comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and enjoy our video.
All right, so now that we've been in here for a while, I saw a sign that explained things a little bit. So it says you're in warm mineral mud, and that's what's good for you. And then you have a shower to exfoliate the dead skin. And then I think we go into the thermal pools. That also helps relax your body. We paid 333,000 each, I think, to do this, which was good. You can pay more to do some private things, but this is fun. Alan didn't seem like he was a fan of this at first, and then he said now he's really enjoying. I'm getting mud all over my camera, but what you do for YouTube and for you guys to see it, worth it. Yeah. Okay, it is time to get out and to move on to the next step, which I think is a shower. Oh, did we walk through that? Okay, this is how they make sure you did a good job. Still brutal. I feel like that is the height of my face. Did you enjoy the cleaning part? You liked it. Oh, okay. Alan likes the high pressure. I did not. It hit me in the neck and the face. But this must be why they say you have to be so tall to go on this ride. Yeah. Didn't enjoy it, but it's done. I think now the fun part is next. This seems much more relaxing. One of my biggest fears today was actually, I have not bought a hat in Vietnam yet. And so I was really worried it would be uncovered and I would burn even in these clouds. But everything has an umbrella or like a palapa over top, so that is fantastic. So I am going to put the camera away because we're just gonna relax here in this warm bath. It is so nice. 333,000, definitely worth it. This was like something different for us to do, and I've really been trying to find things in Vietnam that help our health. And I don't know if mineral mud baths and then, you know, these hot springs do it, but it feels pretty good, so I'm going with it.